So I'm sitting here in the meditation garden at Westside, a beautiful space that I've come to appreciate even more during this world pandemic that we find ourselves in. And you're going to hear more noises, and I can already sense that there's this kind of return to kind of that faster pace of life. But this is a space for prayer, set apart for people to meditate, to remember their loved ones, and to spend some time with God. So I've been thinking a lot about prayer and its importance in my life and in our collective life. And we often overthink prayer and we make it into something that it isn't. And I'm reminded of the Gospel of Matthew, where the disciples are asking Jesus how to pray. And there's a sentence that he says that I think is so important. He said, whenever you pray, go into your own room and shut the door. Jesus did a lot of that in his life and in his ministry, and we need to do a lot of that all the time, but particularly in times like this. We've got to continue to return to that fundamental longing for God and that desire to live in God's presence. We have to go into our own room, not somebody else's, our room. We got to shut the door. We've got to be still. We've got to make space in our heart for God, for that most intimate relationship in our lives. So I'm going to read you excerpts of a poem that one of you shared with me a couple months ago, and I was just reminded of it. I had put it in my journal, and so I stumbled upon it again this morning. So I'm going to offer it to you again as an entry point into prayer, and I hope you'll, following this video, you'll just spend your time in prayer. Find your way of shutting the door and spending time with God. Neither I nor the poets I love found the keys to the kingdom of prayer. And we cannot force God to stumble over us where we sit. But I know that it's a good idea to sit anyway. So every morning I sit, I kneel, waiting, making friends with the habit of listening, hoping that I'm being listened to. There I greet God in my own disorder. I say hello to my chaos, my unmade decisions, my unmade bed, my desire and my trouble. I say hello to distraction and privilege. I greet the day and I greet my untold stories, my unfolding story. I greet the things I think will happen, and I say hello to everything I do not know about the day. I greet my own small world, and I hope that I can meet the bigger world that day. I greet my story and hope that I can forget my story during the day, and hope that I can hear some stories and greet some surprising stories during the long day ahead. I greet God, and I greet the God who is more than the God I greet. God is always more than the God we imagine. And in prayer, we stop thinking about God. We stop coming up with ideas about God. We stop speaking about God, and we simply rest in the presence of the God who is God. A God that is beyond our imagination and our understanding. So I invite you to go into your own room, shut the door, and be with the one who you are coming to know. God bless you.